kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
Fucking just whooping ass.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
He's sacked. He's sacked. Oh, it's 3rd and 17, bro. 3rd and 17.
They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Here's Hurts to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's
oh,
intercepted.
Shit. Interception again. I'm at the 35. Oh, no.
Right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, 28-yard line. My bad.
Second
28
interception
yard.
for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check
slaughter,
on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Ooh, I gotta get this first down real quick.
They've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Immortal?
To throw on 3rd down. Jones.
Wow. Where is he?
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground.
No, he left on his own. No, he left, and I just told him I don't want him back. He's going to keep leaving
do
on us.
anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Damn, bro, they just keep fucking knocking the ball out of my fucking receiver's head, bro.
And they turn it over. So they'll trudge
that's some gay ass shit, dude.
Taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines.
Got them back at the 28-yard line.
Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They'll bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Philadelphia.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. This ball complete to Rager, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Cool. All right.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A 55-yard attempt.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big, and we've seen crazy stuff happen.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants have got it on cruise control.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The Giants will again come to the line here and try for two. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Now, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, but it'll be second down.
Second down and 10.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. So we've reached halftime here and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Jake Elliott.
Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
28-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 49 yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. It's Daniel Jones finding Evan Ingram. And this offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
That keeps the score Giants 46.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you leaned back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Dexter Lawrence in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Second down, here's Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here comes Peppers. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Looking for Shepard deep. And this one is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
That's caught inside the 20. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory.
Defense.
What did I think then? What?
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
Automatic 1st down.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
At their own 36-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jabal Sheard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run, when to get rid of the football, not take the sack, when to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Jones on 1st down, looking for Shepard deep, and that's caught inside the 35, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, 81 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
That keeps the score.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
6-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
gun now on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Sterling Shepard as he and this offense get set to go again. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but... And that's caught inside the 30.
Bring it!
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 79 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down. So we'll have to see what that's about. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
It had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
10 at their own 34-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
On 1st down, Hurts. That'll be caught. Rager with it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 43.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Check flight 54. Flight 54. It's our time.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the 2nd half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Back to throw again. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 4-yard line.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense,
and that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Jake Elliott.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays. But the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback, and when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants going to take over again on offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And that's caught inside the 30.
That's good.
It's a big-time play there for the G-Man. 46 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Hurts fumbles it, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
Fucking off the Falcons right now. Fuck the Falcons, bro. Fucking day.
And it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up. And boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I
18
ever?
seconds for them to win the game, right? And it's Falcons 7, me
Very
84.
similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
There's no way they
The
get
Eagles
this.
offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6.
I intercepted and ran back like 60 yards, 48 yards and shit. Oh,
So
it's
this
7 and
defense
90.
doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So on comes the Giant offense as they'll try for 2 here. Throwing Jones. That's caught at the 2. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up men will take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the
There's
30.
no way. There's 4
The
seconds
Eagles
left, bro.
offense set to begin their
Mine
next
in the
drive.
bag.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.